I've tested a lot of JBL products in the past, but till now I haven't checked out their premium headphones or truly wireless earbuds. And I hope to change that with this video and this lineup. This is the JBL Tour One M2 headphones and of course the Live Pro 2 truly wireless earbuds. Now I know that it's been a while since both these products have been launched, but they're currently on sale in the Republic Day sale, so I really wanted to check if they're worth the money and worth recommending. By the way, stay tuned till the end of the video because I'll talk about the discounts and the details on the discounts themselves. But apart from that, there's also a special something for Trakin English viewers. Alright, let's get on with it. If you're here for the first time, I'm Arshad, you're watching Trakin English, your destination for detailed, incisive gadget reviews. And the Tour One M2 is actually JBL's flagship ANC headphones and it hopes to compete against the heavyweights. Now coming straight to the point that I really care about most on audio products, and that is the sound quality. And I must say this, I'm in love with the way the sound has been tuned on the Tour One M2. I actually didn't expect it to be this good. It's tuned to be more studio grade and not bass forward, which was very surprising to me. So the sound signature is generally balanced across all the frequencies, but I was particularly impressed by the shimmer in the treble itself. So if you are listening to a song that is heavy on treble, you're gonna love the details and the dynamics that the Tour One M2 produces. Now my go-to track for testing treble frequencies is Do It Again by Steely Dan, and the Tour One M2 does absolute justice to the clang of the cymbals in the background. In fact, it does it better than even the Sony WH-1000 XM5. What's also particularly impressive is the imaging or the instrument separation and the sound staging. There's proper vertical depth, which seems to be a problem in most other ANC headphones that I've tested. That doesn't seem to be a problem with the Tour One M2. You know, Neil Diamond's song Suleiman has a fantastic soundscape that has been recorded, right? In that song, you can feel the separation beautifully on these headphones. The bass drums are placed on the right, the high toms and the medium toms are placed on the left, the vocals and cymbals are on the dead center, and when there is a requirement of the vertical depth, it does it with aplomb. Absolutely fantastic stuff, really. But I must say this, if you are a bass head, you will have to play around with the EQ, which is possible on the JBL app itself, because you don't get the kind of thumping bass that you get with many other headphones in this price range. Talking about EQing, I stuck to the Studio EQ on the JBL app, which is actually very close to the default sound signature itself, but the Studio EQ sort of brings down the bass a little more and you get a cleaner representation of the sound, very close to what the artist intended, which was again very surprising to me. Even the mids are fantastically represented. There's a lot of dynamics, there's a lot of details. I'm really stumped at how good the Tour One M2 actually sounds and slightly regret the fact that I haven't tested them out yet. Now the only missing aspect with the Tour One M2 is the support for LDAC or LHDC codecs, which would have been, really good because then you would get high-res wireless audio and that would have sweetened the entire deal. Having said that, you do get high-res audio certification from the Japanese Audio Society. That's when the headphones are connected in the wired mode. So in wired mode, you get high-res audio playback, which is nice. Now let's talk about the JBL Headphones app. There's a new feature that is specific to the Tour One M2, which I found very interesting. It's called Personify and it does a listening test of your ears. Essentially, it plays sounds across the frequency spectrum from the bass to the mids to the highs, and it tests both your ears, left and the right, and then creates a personal EQ just for your ears. And I tried it for myself and it worked exceptionally well to create an EQ that I generally ended up using apart from the Studio EQ. Now with the JBL Headphones app, you get a lot of different controls, but you also get the ambient sound control, using which you can control the ANC, you can control the ambient sound itself, and you also can control the talk through feature. Now the active noise cancellation has been tuned really well and it's generally good at cutting out most of the environmental sounds in the background. But more importantly, there's also the adaptive ANC feature that basically, tunes the level of active noise cancellation depending on the environmental sound itself, which again is very well tuned. And the best part is, using this headphones app itself, you can also control the level of ANC manually, which means that the controls are in your hands to change the level of ANC according to your preference, and the preference should generally be with the consumer, which is damn nice. The headphones do also offer spatial sound support. Now considering the sound staging by default is so good, I doubt you would even need the software induced spatial support. As for the controls, there's an action button, physical button on the headphones itself, and you can tune it to whatever you want it to do. And that apart, there are also gesture controls. The gesture controls work really well, and you've got automatic play pause, so when you take the headphones out of your head, then the music pauses automatically, and the latency has been tuned really well. It does it in an instant. And if you look at the JBL headphones app, it's got a laundry list of features which basically lets you do a bunch of things, including the fact that you can actually switch off the headphones automatically if they're staying idle for a while, or the fact that you can actually get OTA updates for your headphones from the app itself. In fact, there was an update waiting for me when I took the headphones out of my box. Now, talking about the rest of the stuff, there are a few things that I genuinely appreciated about the Tour One M2 that I really want to highlight. The first thing is there are 4 mics on the headphones and the mics have been tuned absolutely fantastically. So I took a couple of work meetings using Google Meet and the call quality was really good. Not only could I hear the person very clearly, the person on the opposite end could also hear me clearly, which is damn nice. There's also this voice aware feature that lets you control how much of your own voice you can hear during the calls. I noticed that this is a problem in many active noise cancellation headphones. That is a direct problem that JBL is addressing with this voice aware feature, which is damn nice. And as far as comfort goes, they don't clamp really hard. They're pretty lightweight. And it was very comfortable for long listening sessions as well. I wore them for 3-4 hours at a stretch without any fatigue whatsoever. And I must say this, the battery life on these keep going on and on and on. On a single charge, I could actually eke out 45 hours of battery life with ANC on, no less, which is superb. You also do get support for multi-point connectivity, and when I did try out multi-point connectivity, it worked really well with my phone and my laptop. So if I was watching something on my laptop and if I got a phone call, the audio would switch immediately to the headphones, and that was very, very useful. Now, obviously the Tour One M2 has stumped me. I genuinely didn't expect them to be this good, especially with the sound signature and the mic quality and the ANC quality as well. So much so that in the interest of keeping things real, I am definitely going to be using these as my primary pair of headphones going forward. Now, coming to JBL's flagship truly wireless earbuds, the Live Pro 2. Again, talking about the sound quality first, they are pretty close to neutral. So much so that you don't even need the studio EQ in the JBL headphones app. They're tuned very well. Once again, the treble has been tuned exceptionally well with the right amount of extension. And more importantly, even the mids come through in the mix very well. It's not very mid-forward or suppressed. The mids are actually rightly tuned. But of course, if you're looking for a bassy pair of truly wireless earbuds, these are not it. You will again have to EQ it a slight bit with the JBL headphones app to get a little bit more bass. Now, the Tour One M2 plus JBL headphones app experience, I've already spoken about it, and the experience is very similar on the Live Pro 2 as well. Now, with the headphones app, you get the ambient sound control, you get the ANC option, you also do get the top through features. Again, the ANC has been tuned really well, cutting out most of the environmental sounds too. Moreover, the ambient sound has been tuned really well. Generally with most transparency mode implementations in most truly wireless earbuds or headphones, you will notice this robotic sound of your voice creeping through when the transparency mode is on, but that's not really a problem with the Live Pro 2. Moreover, the talk through mode has been implemented very well too. I tested them out, and what I noticed is that when somebody comes and talks to you, immediately the audio levels or the volume levels of whatever you're listening to is reduced, and there is very little latency between the two, and the latency has been tuned very well. That apart, you also do get the smart audio control for when you're actually watching movies or playing games where the latency is reduced to ensure that lip sync is in order, or if you're shooting guns in Call of Duty, then that's also tuned really well. More importantly, when I did go out for my morning walks and runs, that time it didn't fall out of my ears at all despite whatever I tried. And apart from that, you also do get IPX5 rating, so it's sweat proof and water resistant, so you don't have to worry about the internals getting damaged because of that. And most importantly, with the Live Pro 2, we've got to do this test, the Airshaw the Angle test. Check this out. Man, the magnets are very, very strong. Moreover, these also last 8 hours on a single charge, so battery life is definitely not going to be a concern for you. So the Tour One M2 and the Live Pro 2 are great products in their own right, especially considering the fact that you get a very balanced sound signature that doesn't favor any specific frequency in the frequency spectrum. So you do not have too much of bass, too much of treble, or too much of mids either. It's all very well balanced. And you know how important the sound quality is to me. That apart, the ANC also has been tuned really well. Even the ambient sound mode is tuned well, so it doesn't hurt. Another thing I noticed is that JBL is offering 2 years of warranty on these products. That's not it. JBL is also claiming that they will actually cater to service requests within 24 hours. And if you have a product replacement request, that will also be honored in 24 hours. Of course, that's if your product is under warranty. Now, that is pretty reassuring because if you're buying a pair of expensive truly wireless earbuds or headphones, you want to ensure that the service quality is good. And I've started taking service quality very seriously after I've had a bit of a issue with a few other products that I've purchased in the past. Not just electronics, but also other stuff. So service is very, very important, especially you're paying a lot of money, and JBL seems to be promising a lot of good things. However, I'd love to know what your experience has been with JBL customer service, if you've had any sort of experience, because that will also help the others who are considering buying a JBL product. Finally, let's talk about the price. The Live Pro 2 is currently available for about 10,300 rupees, and the JBL Tour One M2 is available for about 17,500 after all the discounts. And if you ask me, that's a pretty sweet deal. And this Republic sale deal is active on JBL India's website, a lot of other e-commerce platforms, and offline as well. So if you want to go and check these products offline before you buy it, you can do that too. Also, just a point to know, the sale will be active until like January 28th. So keep that in mind if you're considering buying these products. Now, here's a special surprise for Trakin Tech English viewers. We've got an extra special discount for you. So you get a 15% extra discount on JBL India's website until 15th of February. So yeah, the sale also extends for a long time, and you have to use this specific code that's flashing on your screen right now. So are you considering picking one up? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep tracking and stay safe.